Hi YouTube friends, this is Ursula, and today I will bring you a balance yoga class. It's about 20 minutes long and has different variation of balancing. Some are more challenging and some are a little bit easier to do. You will even see me struggle with some of the balancing poses. This is normal. Why balancing poses? Balance is bone density forming for our upper body, like arms, shoulders, as well for our legs and our hips, because of the body weight we carry. Another benefit for balance is, in case you fall, you kind of catch yourself again. So when we do balance poses on a regular basis, our balance will be better on the mat as well as off the mat. Okay, so it has also the benefit of calming you down, because you have to really focus, breathe, and center. We're building core strength when we do balancing moves. So let's get started without any further ado. Today I want to introduce Ursula Balance by Young Living. Same principle. I'm going to put a drop on my forearms, rub it back in, take a deep breath, and you will find that also in my diffuser. Check out the description in the bottom of the video. Let's head to the other room without any further ado. See you on the mat. So we're going to come into a kneeling position here just for a little bit to center ourselves, finding our inhale and exhale. And then we're going to start up here with a couple cat cows. I don't like to give numbers. Go what your body feels like it. I hope that you watch the video first so you have an idea what is coming. We're really practicing this inhale, exhale, drawing that core in, pressing that floor away, and releasing the belly here towards the floor, arching our back. It's a good way to start this way, to get the body ready, to get the flexibility game on. Today's video is all about balance and stretching. So we lengthen out the left arm and that right leg. Pull that core really deep in and focus on your breathing. 2 to 3 breaths, and then stretching your left arm out to the left, and notice that leg comes out to the right, and that's already challenging your balance here. You need to pull that left hand out further because, you know, the weight of the leg. And then we lengthen out again for 1 breath, and then we prepare and do likewise on the other side. I was struggling here a little bit. I think I was a little bit too close to the wall. So I was barely, staying away from the wall. So when we do balancing, we need to really focus on what we're doing. We can absolutely not let our mind wander. It will totally throw you off. So anytime we move in a balancing pose or extending the balance, we're challenging our center of gravity. And that's why balancing is so good for you. Here I feel like we need to stretch a little bit after that first balancing move in that delicious freestyle pose. It's just yummy. I often call it in my classes the yummy pose, so students know already what to do and what to expect, and everybody looks different in it. Good. Here I'm turning for balance reason that bottom leg out a little bit. I'm giving some options here. Just lifting up that leg, stretching the arm up, or catching your back foot, the left foot in this case. We're building strength when we shifting our weight into predominantly one body part. Like in this case, it's not so much on that knee, but it's on that arm and shoulder. So you're building bone density when we're balancing, making your muscles, your bones strong. And then we stretch out, and we can come here on an inhale, exhale into a single cactus a few times, stretching that whole side body. Press a bit more into your foot on the floor. And then we're going to come back and we're going to repeat this here to the other side. So you see how I'm turning my lower leg out either a little bit or all the way 90 degrees. The more you turn it out, obviously, a little bit easier will be your balancing. And then by lifting that leg, we're getting a beautiful stretch in our right outer shoulder and arm, lower back, side body, and we're building that strings in that left arm, shoulder, bicep, tricep, forearm, hands, fingers. This is key, you all. That's why balancing is so important for you. And then here I'm doing again this lengthening out on my inhale, exhaling here into a single cactus, stretching the chest, stretching right under your armpit, getting the lymphs going. When we combine balance with flexibility moves, we get, huge benefits throughout that entire practice. And then I'm doing kneeling dancing dogs just to stretch a little further, getting the body ready for the next pose. Make sure you also have a block handy. I will demonstrate some stuff on the block and then maybe the other side without it. So plank pose has a huge balancing factor as well. And you strengthen your core at the same time. So you're distributing, obviously, your weight a little bit more in the upper body and less in your legs. But you need to squeeze your inner thighs together, plug that belly in, and then feeling the strength, what you really need in your upper body. And come up kneeling, and we stretch here into cactus. And then I like the upside down prayer. That has become one of my favorite poses to stretch the shoulders, either after a shoulder workout or after, holding a pose or a plank pose to get that flexibility and that strength in my shoulder, elongating the muscles. I'm going to go back here into the plank pose and I'm going to challenge you either lifting one leg or even try to lift the opposite arm. This is hard and you're going to see me struggle. I'm real here with you all. I'm not the perfect yogi, but I'm an example that everybody can do it regardless your age or your ability. So try to stay either, like I said, one leg lifted or leg and the opposite arm as long as you can. Pull that core in and again, focus on your breath here. And then we shift it back into downward facing dog. Couple dancing dogs here to lengthen out the spine, keeping that fluidity, keeping a flow going. I'm really enjoying myself here, bringing this balancing to you. And I think here I struggled with the mat. The mat was moving because my feet went off the mat. No, that's not the way. They need to stay on the mat. Otherwise, you slip and slide with your yoga mat. So same thing here. Challenge yourself, just maybe lifting up one arm. And even if it's a tiny little bit off the mat, or maybe just lifting your fingers off the mat and being in a wider legged down dog. And then stretching here, bringing that left arm over to the right, lower leg, ankle, calf, whatever, hold on and get a good upper body stretch, torso stretch. And then we're going to bring the legs back in. So now lifting either into a three-legged dog by lifting that right leg off. And then I challenge you here lifting also the opposite left arm off. And that's where I struggle here because this is not easy. Focus and core is the key here. Hold it as long as you feel it's comfortable. And again, don't go right away so high with your arm or your leg. That takes some practice. But it's fun, right? We want to also have some fun here in yoga. And if you see me struggle, hey, you are normal. I struggle. And again, 2 dancing dogs to build that or keep that fluidity in the spine. Balancing poses are such an amazing physical strength for the body. We center our equilibrium. It calms our nerves. So here we're going to go into a warrior 3. You can also have your arms out to the side, more like an airplane pose. And again, here you don't have to bring that leg so far up. Try not to open your hips here too much. reach out with your fingers, pull that core in. And if you're totally new to this and your balance is challenged, please use a chair. And then we come up here, lifting that leg and slowly slide it back again into that warrior 3. That is perfect to start it out on the wall or with a chair. Challenge yourself every day to do some balancing poses. Even if you're brushing your teeth in the morning, just lift one leg up. Have your hands on the counter or your hands on your hips. Every time we have our hands on our hips, it's a little easier to balance. In the moment we bring them into a prayer position or even bringing the arms up, we really challenge our center of gravity. Now, same thing here, other side. You decide how high you want to lift up that leg. Focus on your breath again here. Focus on what you're doing and then perfecting your pose to your ability. Have some fun with this, right? If you stumble and fall out, you see it happens to me. So what? It's a safe place. You're on your yoga mat. You're not going to fall. But you are preventing falling as we age. You hear so many times ladies falling, breaking hips, breaking bones, and then even death, because it is huge if our bones are brittle. But yoga and then eating correctly is one of the ways we can really keep strong bones because of the weight bearing, like here, for example, standing on my left leg. Whether you turn that right knee out to the side or you just keep it forward it's up to you. I choose to put a nice cactus in here. Stretching. One more inhale, cactus. Our hormones have a lot to do with our balance. That's why it's not always or not every day the same. I choose here to start a tree pose, but we're gonna move our leg. That's why I am not going super high into my inner thigh. Just by bringing now your arms out, moving that knee in and out nice and slow. And then we're gonna alter the arm. So 3 times on one side, opposite arm, opposite knee. That alone will challenge your center of gravity enormously. And then same, and now here we go, we're gonna go ahead and we switch it off. That is even more of a challenge. See, that's why I drop out of it again. So what? Just come right back into it. Try it. It looks super easy. It isn't. And then we bring both palms together and bringing that knee in at the same time. And here we're coming into mountain pose. Stretch a little bit. Take a breath or two to get ready to repeat this on the other side. So please don't bring that knee or that leg up too high. It won't work. Trust me. And please practice this video a couple times throughout the week to get you stronger. And it's fun to challenge yourself. And if you don't make it all the way through to some of those more challenging poses, don't worry about it. Do the best you can. See, it's the same arm, and now I'm switching over to the other one. I'm altering the arms. That alone makes it super hard because you're moving your torso as well as your lower body. And then both arms coming in at the same time as the knee. I even laugh about myself here, as I'm losing my balance. Now let's rotate your hips here a few times, keeping them nice and supple and loose. Stretching here a little bit. And then we go in number 4 pose. So you can easily just bring in that leg across the opposite leg, bring your hands in a prayer position, and I'm slowly bending here my right knee. You don't have to go super low. But you see how I focus? I focus right on a focal point in front of me on the floor. I breathe deeply and I'm going down slowly. And then hold it for as long as you feel comfortable holding it. Starting out slow here and coming all the way back up. Shake it out or take a breath or two. And then prepare to do likewise on the other side. Bringing now that right leg over or above, I should say, the left knee. Bend to your degree of comfort. Lengthen your torso, pulling your core in, as you can see here in the mirror image. Focus, focus. Tremendous strength in your ankles, feet, and toes. So you're activating here all the stabilizer, tiny little muscles in your feet, what is super good for foot strength. Now this one is a fun one. We're straightening out that right leg and come here somewhat into triangle pose, either with your top arm behind you or stretch it up into a regular triangle. Take a total of about 3 breaths. Get ready here for some fun, different work. I'm going to first stretch here in a reversed triangle pose to get some nice body torso stretches. And then you're pressing your palms together, lining up your elbows. And as you're tilting now here over to the right side, pressing into your palms, either looking down to the side or challenge yourself to look up. You can see it again in the mirror image, how my arms are lining up. This is hard work. This challenges your core. And then stay or bringing your arms all the way out, palms facing. Any little movement or advancement with your arms will challenge your balance here. And then come back. And we need a block. So on this side, I'm going to demonstrate it with the block. I think on the other side, I do not use the block. I'm not used to using a block, but please, please, please use your blocks. It's not a training wheel. We're going to come here into half moon. You may want to keep your hand behind your lower back. Go as high with your foot as you feel comfortable. And then maybe stretching your arm all the way out. Flex your back toe. Gaze on a steady point in front of you. And now I'm lining up my knees, catching my back, my top foot, and reach it up again. This is advanced. You can spare it and just do half moon again, or opt out of it completely. You can also hang on here, or hold on, I should say, not hang on a chair, the seat of a chair. That's where you can press your hand into it, or even bending your elbow, laying it on a chair. So you see, you can do yoga no matter your ability. And then from here, I'm going to go out and trying that half moon again without having my hand on the block. So straighten up your arms. Stay, and you can see this is challenging. I have to really concentrate. And again, the mirror was a little bit too close to me. Lining up my palms, stretching my arms all the way out. This is about as hard as it's going to get here today. And you will notice when you do balancing poses that one side usually goes a little easier than the other side. Just throw a couple cactuses in here. Exhale, bring your arms down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, stretch that chest to the ceiling, bending your elbows. And then I'm going to turn around, and I will not use the block on the other side. So you have both versions. And I need to first find here the center a little bit, and I'm not hitting the wall with my foot. Here you go. So left leg now forward, regular triangle pose, either with your arm behind you or your top arm stretched all the way up to the ceiling. 2 to 3 long breaths. Pulling that core in, finding here your calmness, and we're going to reverse. You need a really good mental focus when we're balancing, and it strengthens your physical strength, your coordination gets better, and of course, your center of gravity. Again, here we're pressing now the palms together and having your elbows stacked, leaning to the side to your degree. Play it safe, you all. And use a block here. See, I'm showing you if you need a block, put the block here onto your left top corner. Otherwise, use your hands. Coming here into a half moon pose. Here you want to have that top arm straightened out because it helps with your balance. It's a bit easier actually that way versus tucking that arm behind you. And I'm going to bend my knee, again, my right knee, find the top of my foot, stretch it up. This is one of my favorite poses. I always get some nice alignment in my back. Stay here or just keep practicing the half moon. Use a chair either to bend your elbow late on the seat or your palm on the seat. Or follow me here for that challenging pose where we lift up leg and stretch out the arm. See how I'm building that really slowly? Feel the stability. I feel that center of gravity strengthening me, and then I'm slowly lining up my palms. And you know what? I'm sweating, y'all. That is hard work. But it's good. It's rewarding. It's fun to challenge your body. And then coming all the way back in, shake out your legs, whatever you need to do. And this is a really neat move. You will not really probably see a lot. So listen to my alignment. Bringing your feet, your legs together, palms in front of your heart. Close your eyes. Yes. And then leaning forward with your torso. Coming back. One breath, leaning over to the right. Just the torso, not the legs. Coming through the center, leaning over to the back. Keep your eyes closed. And then leaning over to the left. Now, once you're coming back to the center, see if you can find your center of gravity. More likely you're going to be off. Open up your eyes and you're finding yourself a little bit more diagonal. Practice that on a daily basis will really enhance and increase your balance. Let's fold forward. Let's walk out our legs a little bit here. Let our neck and shoulders relax. And we're going to come into a single or a split, bringing that left leg up behind you. You can have your hands on 2 blocks. Bring that leg as high as you can. This is not my most flexible pose, but again, it's a balancing pose to balance here on one leg. And on this side, I actually take my left hand and bring it behind my left calf. You can also take your right hand and join the left hand. So you're really just balancing on one leg. I'm working on it. And then coming all the way down, rounding up, stretching here again into a beautiful cactus. Coming all the way down again, folding here, hands behind it, and then stepping back into a downward facing dog. We're almost done with our practice today. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Let's take a couple breaths here. I thank you for practicing with me. Subscribe to my channel, please. Share my channel. Press the like button. Leave a comment. Again, let me know what you want to see next. And have a fantastic day and practice your balance. Be blessed.